A transfer of rulership is coming, and the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Righteousness will be spread throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Wickedness will be put down.
The power of the earth is in the hand of the Lord, and in due time he will set over it one that is profitable. In the hand of God is the prosperity of man, and upon the person of the scribe shall he lay his honor. Bear not hatred to thy neighbor for every wrong, and do nothing at all by injurious practices. Pride is hateful before God and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another.
According to the Holy Scriptures, Yahweh Shai, the Son of the Most High, is set to bring immortality to the nation of Israel, the elect, via establishing the tabernacle of David. As we talk about the second coming of who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, he is coming to take down this current world ruled by Esau, Edom, and establish a righteous kingdom, which is synonymous with the throne of David. That's scriptural, which is a government that's going to run this world in righteousness.
But now, he is risen from the dead, and become the first fruits of them that slept. For since by man came death, by man came also the resurrection of the dead. For as in Adam all die, even so in Christ shall all be made alive. But every man in his own order, the first fruits, afterward they that are that is coming. Then cometh the end, when he shall have delivered up the kingdom to God, even the Father, when he shall have put down all rule and all authority and power. For he must reign till he hath put all enemies under his feet. The last enemy that shall be destroyed is death. But he hath put all things under his feet. But when he saith all things are put under him, it is manifest that he is accepted which did put all things under him. And when all things shall be subdued unto him, then shall Son also himself be subject unto him that put all things under him, that God may be all in all.
A transfer of rulership is coming, and the kingdom of heaven will be on earth. Righteousness will be spread throughout the whole four corners of the earth. Wickedness will be put down.
All right. Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praise and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakudash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, who rule well, teach well, being great examples to his younger brothers. And peace and blessings, salutations, hopefully like out there pushing his word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Pushing to get up out of here, shalom to hopefully the believers, the listeners who may have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashem Al Shai. All right, and what I want to get into, all right, this morning going to the afternoon, is dealing with a faithful and virtuous woman, and what we're going to do, okay, we're going to parallel the two, dealing with, the characteristics of the value of a actual faithful and virtuous woman, and how it relates, to, all right, the nation of Israel in the spirit, beginning with the men, okay, the prophets, all right, and dealing with the topic of men and women, especially in this society, is pretty much, under the enchantments of the serpent. Okay, it's pretty much a war. Okay, but as we come into this truth, as we come into the standard of righteousness, and as emotions have settled down, on both sides between the men, all right, and the women. Okay, you see, beginning with the men, being in order, all right, and you see, particular, women, getting in order under those men, and now, we're seeing the healing process, okay, that the Lord has started, through this word. Okay. And now we're beginning to understand, our roles. And see, one thing, all right, that the serpent did, dealing with, the role between man and woman, he spread mass confusion, okay? And he pretty much got the masses, the women of the tribes to, all right, partake, in the feminist mindset, okay, which had a major ripple effect, all right, on the family dynamic, which had a major ripple, all right, effect on the nation, okay. And you have generations of Israelite men and women that never seen an example, all right, of what they call gender roles. Okay. And when we understand gender roles, we understand the dynamic of the Most High, which is likened to our husband. Okay. Yahweh Shema Shah, which is likened to our husband, and Israel, being like the bride, his wife. Okay. And as we understand, the role between us, all right, and our power, okay, we should understand the role between husband and wife. Okay, that's why we're going to parallel the two. All right, because we're dealing with a generations that never seen, we're dealing with generations of women that never seen a woman be submissive to a man, that never seen a functioning marriage, okay, where the man and the women and the man and the wife, okay, complement each other. Okay, they never seen it in home. They never seen it through TV that they was watching. Okay, and even if they did, you had these the TV shows, Family Matters. All this where the man is goofy, okay, and the woman is really much the head. So there's a lot of dysfunction, and us as men, we never seen, a lot of us, the majority of us, never seen our fathers, govern, the house. Okay, we never seen our fathers serving and being submissive to Yahweh Shema Shai. Okay, that's something we never seen. So as men, we never seen, a lot of us never seen, our fathers, our uncles, grandfathers, pretty much humble themselves to Yahweh Shema Shai and serve him. Okay, just as women have never seen, a lot of women never seen their mothers or aunties, or whatever, humble down to a man, even though it's not every situation, but for the overall, the masses, that wasn't that didn't that generation after generation, that wasn't the norm. Okay, so what I want to do, okay, is come back here, and one thing about it, dealing with women, Esau has degraded women to pretty much, just sex. You think of woman, you just think of sex. Okay, and this modern society has pretty much, allowed the woman, to walk around, to exist with no real responsibility, with no real skill set. Okay. It was just about looking a certain way, having a certain type of figure, you know, a certain type of sex appeal. All right. But when you go into, all right, a woman, that will have the skill set of a mother and a wife and be faithful. All right. The attribute of being faithful, all right, to her husband, that's of great value according to the scriptures. Okay. And we're going to get it. I want to start off here. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 40, verse 19. It says, children, all right, and the building of a city continue a man's name, all right, which is a man's legacy, all right, which there's something else, that the men of our nation, that we were detached from, all right, is being legacy minded. Okay, it was all about what? The quick satisfaction of the flesh. Okay, not about building. So it said, children and the building of a city continue a man's name, but a blameless wife is counted above them both. Okay, because a wife played a vital role in nation building and then in helping to forward the legacy of a man. And that's why wisdom is also likened unto a woman, because a woman is the greatest possession that a man could have, because through a woman he can duplicate himself. Okay, and then the woman, all right, can help forward, all right, his legacy, man. Okay, when you go here, this is verse 23. Sirach 40 and 23 says, "A friend and companion never meet amiss, but above both is a wife with her husband." Okay, a wife with her husband. That's a see. People talk about power couple, and they just think about money. They just think about the man make a lot of money, the woman make a lot of money. That's a power couple. But no, the true power couple, all right, comes under the banner of Yahweh Bashim Al Shai, a man that's in order, okay, under Yahweh Shai, and the Israelite woman that's in order under that man. Because then you tap into something that's above money, okay, money, all right, come with it, okay. Money is a part of it. Like money not a factor, okay. But the obedience of a man under Yahweh Shai and the woman under that man, that's a real power couple, okay. Because Yahweh Bashim Al Shai can tap into that and bless that in a way that's way above, just some FRN notes, man, some bank notes, okay. He can create real dynasties and legacies, okay, through through this order, okay. When the scriptures speak about a little one become 1,000, the strong one a nation, okay, that's the Lord blessing these unions of man and wife that's in order. Israelite men, all right, in order, and the women in order under those men, and that's the Lord blessing those unions and turning that into nations. Jay-Z and Beyonce, they can't be turned into a nation. Okay, they have all that money, but there's no legacy, all right, being pushed through their union. It's the opposite wickedness, man. Okay, teaching the next generation to be worse than them. Okay, and I hope this is making sense. Now, well, I just wanted to establish that. Now let's go here. Um, let's go here. Um, Go into the blue line. All right, so let's deal now. Let's go into the parallel. All right. All right. So now this is the book of Proverbs. Okay, which once again, Christians would put on. Christians would make T-shirts. Talking about the virtuous woman. You know, to big up the woman, but a true virtuous woman, okay, is on a whole nother level. And see, in the spirit, the prophets, of Israel have become their virtuous woman, all right, to our husband, okay. But when you go into a virtuous woman, this is a mindset, this is a lifestyle, not just a saying, okay. Like, because you got your hair did and you put a dress on, then you're a virtuous woman. Like, nah, it's a lifestyle, okay, that's fueled by mindset of serving, okay. Now let's start here. All right, this is Proverbs 31 and 10. It says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies." Okay, showing you what the value, okay, of a woman that's in order. Okay, and as we get in order as a nation, what are you seeing? All right, our value is starting to skyrocket. Okay, it says, "Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies." Now, that's why you get here dealing with the men. All right, this is the book of Isaiah 13, and 11. Now this is in time of what? Judgment. It says, I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. And in this time, what is the Lord going to do? I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. And why will these men become precious, man? Be precious, okay? Because these men have came in order, all right, under Yahweh. Okay, just as a woman will come under order under a man. Okay, so you go into the word precious
Strong's
in Hebrew, it's yaquar. Okay, it says to be prized, to be valuable, to be costly, to be appraised. Okay, to be highly valued. All right, and the man that's under the order of Yahweh Shah, under the banner of Yahweh Shah, that's laboring and toiling in Yahweh Shah, is considered valuable in the sight of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah, man. Okay, so go back to Proverbs 30. Matter of fact, let's also, if a brother could, because we're gonna keep the parallel going. All right, when you go into it, let's get if a brother can push a rock. Sirach 26 and 14, Baba Shah. I'm gonna go back to, if a brother can put Sirach 26 and 14. All right, so let's go back to Proverbs 31 and 10. We're just gonna read down, and pull precepts as we go. I'll read it real quick. The water brother, it's the brother Yaquab, the hopeful lake 3. This Sirach 26 and 14. It says, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, showing you that a woman that has these characteristics is likened to a gift, okay, from the Most High. All right. And it says, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed, a woman that's in the mindset of serving your purpose, okay, that's in the mindset, all right, of being molded into what you need her to be for the forwarding of the house, which is forwarding Yahweh Shah, because as a man, we're under Yahweh Shah. That's looked at, all right, as great value, man. Okay? See, we're really, because we was all, brought up and just caught up in lust, and we was very simple, okay? And we didn't expect much from a woman, but now we're really tapping into, like, okay, this is why the Lord made the woman. You see, everything is coming back full circle, like the scriptures say, our pure minds have been stirred up. Now we're understanding the true purpose of these things, man. All right, this is Proverbs 31:11. It says, the heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need, okay, of spoil. Yeah, because the fall of a lot of empires came through what, man? You know, you see, the fall of empire, even when you go back to the fall of Adam, okay, it came through what? The woman, her mind was spoiled, and she was spoiled through the serpent, and she brought it back to Adam, and you had the fall of the sons of God. Okay, so their rulership was spoiled. Okay, Solomon, all right, through the woman. Okay, those heathen women. All right, when he started to, bow to their gods. All right, they caused, a ripple effect to eventually the split of the kingdom. All right, well, you will have the northern and southern kingdom, and then eventually the captivities under the heathens, man. Okay, Israel became a spoil. Okay, well, Solomon's sin came through who? Through women. Okay, because they mind was spoiled. All right, so as us, as brothers have came back, all right, to the right way and to the right standard, what we're faithful to our power to where we're not we're not out here pushing, okay, a false doctrine, but a true doctrine. All right. So when Yahweh Shai comes back, his house going to be intact, because only the elect, all right, make up the sheep of Yahweh Bashem Shai. So as the prophets of Yahweh Bashem Shai, what are we doing? We're not allowing our mind to be spoiled, okay, by these vain philosophies and madness, all right, to where we're not allowing, all right, the Lord's house, okay, which is the believers, to be spoiled, okay, to become a spoil to the enemy. That's why you go to Revelation 14, okay, Revelation 14 and 4. It said, "These are they which were not defiled with women, for they are virgins." And this is speaking of the 144,000. "These are they which follow the Lamb whithersoever he goeth. These were redeemed from among men, being the first fruits unto the Most High and to the Lamb." So, as we're not defiled, we're not defiling, all right, the flock, okay, is a faithful woman, okay, because a woman that will go and be defiled by another man, okay, she's spoiled. And now, okay, what can happen now? Okay, when a woman mind is spoiled, okay, it's a ripple effect on the whole family, especially in the culture to where there's no consequence. That's why in the law, the adulterer, the man and the woman will be put to death. Okay, and when we see the results of letting, that go unchecked, to now the woman is spoiled. So now the children, their minds have become spoiled to the serpent. Okay, and we live in a generation where the masses have the mindset of the serpent, because why? The woman became a spoil. Okay, but if you have a faithful woman, all right, that will not be penetrated or spoiled, by the enemy, okay, that keeps the house intact. All right, just as the prophets are doing, man. In the spirit of Yahweh Shemal Shai, it says, "In their mouth was found no guile." Okay, for they are without fault before the throne of the Most High, and there's no deception. Okay, we're not here to spoil the minds of the hopeful elect. No, we're here to edify and build and prepare, the house. All right, for when the husband comes home, man, which is Yahweh Shai. Okay, while we occupied and building and toiling and laboring. Okay, now let's go back here to Proverbs. All right, this is Proverbs 31 and 12. It says, "She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life." That commitment, all right, that dedication. Okay, just the scripture tell us to be what? Faithful unto death. If a brother want to put that in Revelation 2 and 10. Okay, let's get there in Revelation 2 and 10. I think I get it real quick. I'm in the blue though, so like it. I'll grab it. All right. This is Revelation 2 and 10. It says, "Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil, all right, shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life." See, there's a commitment even all the way into death. Okay, when it comes to a true marriage. All right. And as we've been espoused, as the brother put, as we've been espoused, to Yahweh Shai. All right, that commitment is unto death. The 2 Corinthians 11:2 said, "For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Yahweh Shai." All right, not penetrated, okay, by these outside philosophies, man. Okay, faithful. Okay, the elect, those men, 144,000 men are going to be found faithful to their one way. All right, and have that commitment and dedication unto death. The Apostle Paul, he showed that. Okay, when you get the mindset. Okay, let's see, it's the book of Acts. Let me see. We can find it. It's two accounts. Okay, yep, this is the book of Acts. All right, 21 and 13. Now, this is when, they didn't want Paul to leave because they knew, okay, that he was going to be bound, okay, by, the elders, okay, in Jerusalem. Okay, but this was Paul, response. It said, then Paul answered, this Acts 21:13. Then Paul answered, what mean ye to weep and to break my heart? For I am ready, all right. For I am ready not to be bound only, but also to die at Jerusalem for the name of the Lord Yahweh Shai. Okay? Just like unto a faithful wife. Paul was ready to serve. He was ready to be bound. He was ready to die for the cause of Yahweh Shai. This is the mindset of a virtuous woman. Like, it goes beyond, just the basics of cooking and cleaning. Like, nah, this is a mindset. Like, nah, I'm serving him to death. Okay, and wherever it takes me, it just takes me. But I'm bound to to him, and that's how we are with Yahweh Shai. And that's really the mindset of a faithful and virtuous woman, man. Okay, which this society has tried to water that down, but nah, we gonna tap into it. Okay, so let's go back to Proverbs 31. All right, this is the book of Proverbs, chapter 31. Okay. Verse 12 says, she will do him good and not evil. Okay, no guile, no trickery, trying to get over that, got all these alternative motives and, nah, locked in, It says, she seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hands. Okay, there's a diligence. All right, there's a level of diligence which a lot, the modern woman hasn't been taught to be diligent. Okay, when it comes to, all right, the man. Okay, there's something that is extremely rare, and you go here. What did the Apostle Peter say? All right, was an attribute, all right, that we would need. Okay, matter of fact, I think it's First Peter. Okay. All right, this 2 Peter 1 and 10 said, wherefore the brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, ye shall never fail. And see, diligence being active, that mindset of always being active, okay? And after a while, as we grow, we learn to become proactive in serving. It's one thing as we're being taught, in the beginning, and we, learn to be active. And as we mature, we become proactive, just as a man, loves a woman, that's proactive, getting things done, all right, having the initiative without being told, okay? Because through repetition, we learn what's pleasing unto Yahweh Shem Shai. as a woman should be learning what's pleasing to her man, her husband, through what? Repetition. Okay? And then you can become what? Diligent. All right, and serving. You see? So let's go back to Proverbs 31:12. It says, she will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax and worketh willingly with her hand. She is like the merchant ships. She bringeth her food from afar. And that's another thing, you know. As a woman's supposed to be a go-getter for the house. You see, this society has taught, the modern woman to be a go-getter for herself, or even she neglect, the children to a degree to be a go-getter for herself. Okay, but now a woman is supposed to be a go-getter for a house, just like as the prophets, we in the spirit of being go-getters for, all right, our husband, man. How about Shema Shai, bringing things in, okay, being what they call an earner, okay. It says she riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household, and a portion to her maidens. Okay, what does this sound like? All right, you go to here. Because a woman will order a house, especially if her husband was a man of substance. The woman, would be a keeper of the house, and she, had a lot of administration duty, administrative duties, that would help maintain, all right, that would maintain that household, man. The little nuances of maintaining the household while her husband would focus, all right, on the long-term sustainability of the household. Okay. A woman played a major part in maintaining the day-to-day, okay, operations, as the husband, would be occupied and joining houses with, other families, and, making moves, and, creating a good name, for his house, all right, in the earth. Okay. For their long-term sustainability. Okay. So while the husband was off doing affairs, the lady of the house, all right, their wife of their particular house, because some men will have, more than one estate, so the wife of that estate, would be pretty much being an administrator and handling the affairs that would run their house, by the systems created, by the husband. Okay. And that's why Yahweh Shah said this in the book of Luke, the 12th chapter. Okay. This is Luke 12 and 41. It said, then Peter said unto him, Lord, speakest thou this parable unto us, or even to us all? And the Lord said, who is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season? And yeah, and when we're doing these lessons and these videos, okay, we're giving that portion, all right, of meat, okay, to who? The believers. And that meat is Yahweh Shai. You remember that he said that my body take ye and eat, but that portion that we're serving to the believers is who? Yahweh Shai. And we have to give what? Those daily portions. That's why there's new videos going up every day throughout the whole day, because it's daily portions of Yahweh Shai that are going forth throughout the house. Okay? The believers, okay, which is the household of Yahweh Shema Shai, is getting what? Their portion, their due portion of meat on a daily basis. So when the Yahweh Shai comes back, he's going to come back to a house that has been well managed and kept while he was gone. Okay? The house is not lacking anything. They're not thirsting for anything, because the steady stream of Yahweh Shai is going forth in the earth, man. Through those faithful, all right, prophets, man. Okay, what's that in Sirach 30? If a brother want to post it, um, I believe it's the book of Sirach, chapter 33, not 36. Let's see. Just get straight to the point. Sirach 30. Yeah, let's get Sirach 36 and uh 15 and 16. Sirach 36 verses 15 and 16. Okay. So this is back in Luke 12 and 42 says, and the Lord says, who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Okay, being what? That faithful steward. Okay, and the Lord considers that of a great value because he's able to go get other things done while we maintain the house. All right, while he's gone. Okay, just as a wife would do for a husband. Okay, so let's go here to Proverbs 9. You know, because this is a feast. We know when brothers are off camera and they're studying and they're researching and they're going into different things, they're preparing a feast. Okay, so that's why when these screens come on or these videos are put out, the food is being presented before you, but it had to be prepared behind the scenes. You know, like in the kitchen. You know, like what brothers study, that's like a kitchen. You know, where they're preparing. You know, taking notes. You know, putting precepts in order. You know, that's the preparation. All right, of the feast. You know, so when you go here, let's get this in Proverbs 9 and 1. What does it say? It says, wisdom have builded her house. She have hewn out her 7 pillars. And see, this is a house that's established on what? Wisdom. Okay, and who is the wisdom of the Most High? Yahweh. Okay, so the house, all right, is established on the wisdom, all right, of Yahweh Bashem Shai. It says she have killed her beast, she have mingled her wine, she also have furnished her table. Wisdom is being laid out, okay, as a feast, you know, as a woman with labor and toil, okay, to prepare what? All right, meals, okay, everything will be ready. All right, that wine, you know, they will mix it with water, you know, to dilute it, you know, for the balance. Okay, but this is a labor. All right, it says she have sent forth her maidens. She cried on the highest place of the cities, and see, we're like in to the maidens of wisdom. Okay, the prophets. All right, it says, whoso is simple, let him turn in hither. As for him that wanteth understanding, she saith to him, come eat of my bread and drink of the wine which I have mingled. Okay, going back to Matthew 26 and 26. All right, as a matter of fact, we got to get it. You know, we got to get it. All right, this is Matthew 26. All right. Matthew 26 and 26, it says, and as they were eating, Yahushua took bread and blessed it and brake it and gave it to the disciples and said, take, eat, this is my body. And he took the cup and gave thanks and gave it to them, saying, drink ye all of it, for this is the blood of the New Testament, which is shed for the remission of sins. But I say unto you, I will not drink henceforth of the fruit of the vine, their wine, all right, until the day when I drink it new with you in my Father's kingdom. So this bread and this wine is Yahweh Shai, okay, which through their blood, all right, there's a new covenant, okay, that's been established, all right, that we're going to enter into, when this grace period is over, when we're changed. Okay? But the understanding of that is coming through this wisdom. Okay, which the Lord set up his prophets to labor in his word, all right, to bring out, all right, and prepare this wisdom as a meal. Okay. And it says, come eat of my bread and drink of my wine, which I have mingled, forsake the foolish repentance and live and go in the way of understanding. Okay, so let's go. Let's get this. Let's get this real quick in the book of Sirach. This is the book of Sirach. All right, chapter 36, verse 15 says, give testimony unto those that thou hast possessed from the beginning, and raise up prophets that have been in thy name. Okay, and this is what the Lord has done in these last times. He has raised up prophets in his name. It says, reward them that wait for thee. You see that? As a faithful woman, okay, she will wait, because the man of the house might be gone for a while, but she will what? Be faithful and still holding it down while he's gone. Okay, so reward them that wait for thee, and let thy prophets be found faithful. Okay, there's value in being faithful. You see, and this society bigs up what? Being promiscuous, hot girl, complete opposite. All right, and that's why scripture say a harlot shall be accounted spittle. You know, and these women that are out here, and when things hit the fan, and they think they just gonna be covered, like, nah, hell nah, you made yourself very uncompatible, okay, with the doctrine of Babylon, man. Okay, there's gonna be a lot of strays in the time to come when things get bad. All right. And it says back in Proverbs 31 and 15, it says, she rises also while it is yet night. All right. And we're in the night spiritually, because, this is the darkness, okay, of falsehood, man. Okay. Well, guess what? The scriptures liken, the elect into a light, into a candle. All right. So the elect is like that candle in the darkness, man. But in the middle of the night, in the middle of the time of confusion, okay, and the Lord has lit a light, man. Okay. And it's going through the house. And it says, and giveth meat to her household and portion to her maidens. Okay. It's like it says, she considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands, she planted a vineyard. Okay. With the fruit of her hands, with labor, she planted a vineyard. And who is likened unto a vineyard? All right. Doesn't the Lord liken Israel unto what? A vineyard. This is Isaiah 5 and 7. It says, for the vineyard of the Lord of hosts is the house of Israel, and the men of Judah his pleasant plant. And he looked for judgment, but behold oppression, for righteousness, but behold a cry. And this is Isaiah's addressing, wicked leadership at the time. Okay. But we want to put emphasis on how the Lord compared Israel unto what? A vineyard. Okay. And the vineyard will have to be toiled in and labored in and worked in to cultivate, okay, a worthy crop. It would take labor to cultivate that worthy crop. All right. And prophets, the men of the Lord, have entered into that labor, have been called, into this labor. You see? That's why you go to Matthew, okay, Matthew 20, okay. In verse 1, it says, for the kingdom of heaven is like unto a man that is an householder, which went out early in the morning to hire laborers into his vineyard. And when he had agreed with the laborers, all right, and the laborers are the prophets, for a penny a day, he sent them into his vineyard. And he went out about the third hour and saw others standing idle in the marketplace. And he said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right I will give you. And they went their way. And he went about the sixth and ninth hour and did likewise. Yeah, so you see men constantly coming and entering into the labor, okay, the Lord's vineyard, which is Israel, okay? And that's why it's an occupation to tend, okay, to the believers, man. All right, this is the cultivation of the Lord's vineyard, you know, and it's a toil and it's a labor, all right, and there's some tedious work, man. You know, when you deal with, you know, gardening and, you know, husbandry, that's some tedious work, okay. And it says, in about the 11th hour he went out and found others standing idle, and said unto them, Why stand ye idle? All why stand you all Why stand ye here all the day idle? They said unto him, Because no man have hired us. He said unto them, Go ye also into the vineyard, and whatsoever is right, that ye shall receive. And their penny is going to be the kingdom. Okay? that's going to be the kingdom. All right? Says, so when even was come, the Lord of the vineyard said unto his steward, Call the laborers and give them their hire, beginning from the last until the first. Okay? And that's going to be the kingdom. It's going to be immortality, man, rulership. Okay? The laborers, okay, the prophets, hey, they only get their reward. All right? And guess what? The believers, all right, the crops that they was, all right, because Israel likened to crops that are being cultivated. Okay? Everyone's going to get their reward. It says, and when they came that were hired about the 11th hour, they received every man a penny. So, hey, brothers coming in at the last minute, entering into that labor, okay, they're going to receive a reward of the kingdom as well. They're going to be joint heirs with Yahushua as well, man. You know, they will be endure. You see? So you go to Matthew 9, I want to say, yep. It's the book of Matthew chapter 9. All right, this is Matthew 9 and 36, and this is how Shah speaking. It says, But when he saw the multitudes, he was moved with compassion on them, because they fainted and were scattered abroad as sheep having no shepherd. He's saying Jake lost, okay, upon the Roman captivity, which is we in the same predicament today. Our people, you know, are subjugated to the same Greco-Roman power structure, man, by the same people, these Edomites. Then said he unto his disciples, The harvest truly is plenteous, but the laborers are few. Pray ye therefore the Lord of the harvest that he will stretch forth laborers into his harvest. You know, in the minds of our people, you know, of the elect are constantly being prepped to be taught and be cultivated, you know, and it takes a labor to cultivate, you know, our people, man, you know, and righteousness. Okay. But we was all wild olives. All right. Now let's go from there to back to Proverbs 31 and get a couple more. All right. This is Proverbs 31. All right. And 17, it says, She girded her loins with strength, and strengthening her arms, she perceived that her merchandise is good. Her candle goeth not out, all right, by night. Okay. And this is what you see now. All right. Us being likened, this word being likened into that candle. Okay. And you see constant edification going forth. Okay. It's a constant work, you know. That's why I say being a wife is a duty. You know, the looks, you know, of course a man, you know, wants to be physically attracted to a woman. Okay. But this society has taught us that it starts and ends there. Like, nah, the beauty complements, okay, the skill set and their diligence. Okay. Now, when you go here, Psalm 19:1, it says, "The heavens declare the glory of the Most High, and the firmament showed his handiwork." And this is speaking of what, man? The satellites, man, the firmament. Okay, because these lessons go out, okay, via what? The YouTube, you know, which these signals come from the heavens, which is these satellites, man. Okay, so the glory of the Lord is being transmitted, all right, to these satellites, man. You see, everything Esau does is everything that Esau has done within his rulership. The Lord said, "Oh, well, eventually it will work against him, man." Okay, it says, "Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge." You see that? Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. So when you go back to Proverbs, okay, the ministry of the prophets is likened unto a virtuous woman. Okay, so you go Proverbs 31 and in 18 it says, all right, she perceiveth that her merchandise is good, her candle goeth not out by night. Okay, so this word is constantly 24/7 because you got brothers in different time zone, brothers work different shifts. Okay, so this word is going out, okay, into the earth, man. All right, so that's pretty much the point. All right, it's a lot, it's a lot more you can get into, but not just to make it crazy, extensive. All right, but I think that the gesture, the point has been made. Okay, and as we, learn more and more about Yahweh Shema Shai, we start to, learn more about the dynamic, between the husband and wife. Okay, I guess we can end it on that, because we're being prepared. You know, Revelation 19 verses, brother one, Revelation 19:6. Yeah, Revelation 19 and 7. I'll just read it real quick. Revelation 19 and 7 say, "Let us be glad and rejoice and give honor to him, for the marriage of the Lamb is come, and her wife hath made herself ready. And to her was granted that she should be arrayed in fine linen, clean and white, for the fine linen is the righteousness of the saints." Okay, so we're a bride that's being prepared. Lord willing, we are those faithful and virtuous women, that's maintaining the house, until the man of the house come back, man, which is Yahweh Shai, So Lord will, this was edifying. Once again, give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Kakwadash, and double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great examples towards younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutation, and hopefully, shalom.